Welcome back, friends. I have to get our meat in the freezer. I typically buy larger portions of meat because it can be on the cheaper side per pound. And then I cut it up or break it up into individual meals, vacuum seal it, and put it in the freezer. So that's what we're gonna do today. I've already sharpened my knife. I have chicken breast here, 2 packages of boneless, skinless chicken breast. This pack is almost 5 pounds, and this one is just over 5.5 pounds. I'm gonna get these cleaned up, separated into meals, like meal portion sizes, and then I'll show you how to use my vacuum sealer. And this is a pork loin from Sam's. I typically cut this, like one end will be a roast and the other end I will cut into pork chops. And I use my vacuum sealer to seal those, and we put them all in the freezer. So we're gonna start on the chicken breast. When I do the chicken breast, I just clean up all of this kind of stuff off the chicken. And I throw it away. I usually check this little portion here. Sometimes there is this piece here and I will cut that off. And I cut this fatty end off, and then I treat these just like I would a chicken tender. Well, got this piece all cleaned up. I've got both packages of chicken cut up here. These are the tenders. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tenders. So this would count as one meal for us. Typically I would make more tenders than that, but I will just find a way to use those. And then as far as chicken breast goes, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 chicken breast. So I'm going to make these. Don't want all big ones, really. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna do packs of 3. Because 3 tends to be enough for us, and usually if I'm gonna cook these in a pan, I will cut them thinner so that I have more pieces, and we always have lots of sides with our meals, so I'm not really worried about that. This one only has 2, totally fine. I'll make that to go in like chicken fried rice or something. If I do all packs of 2, it's just not enough. I'm gonna end up pulling out more packs. So this is my vacuum sealer. This is just a super affordable option that I found on Amazon a few years ago. It was I think there was a lightning deal on it at the time. So it was very affordable. It's very easy to use. I have to make my bags first. Move this out of my way here. So I just pull it out. I've got a roll of the bags in there. I just pull it out and I need to hit seal. And it's going to heat up and create a seam along here, sealing the one end of the bag. It beeps when it's done. Now I can cut the bag out. You can see the seam through here, sealing the one end of the bag. To fill them, I always fold over the tops of my bag. Makes it easier to fill, and I am using tongs because my hands are clean and I'm still touching everything over here. I'm just going to fill these with my piles here. They don't have to lay in there any certain way. Flip the top back over. It's got little grooves in here. You stick the bag in. Hold it in there. Lock this in place. Mine has a dry and a moist option. Since this is a moist food, I switch it. And then the vacuum seal button. It has switched over to sealing at this point. And it's done. It does not beep after it has run the vacuum seal. Here's our first package. You can see the air is all taken out of that. All right, I need 1, 2, 3, 4 more bags. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make all my bags. I ran out of the larger size bags, so I had to switch over to the skinnier bags, but it's fine. No issues in using those. They work just as well. They're just skinny. I've got the bags all made. Definitely gonna have to order some because for jobs like this, I prefer this wider bag. I'm gonna fill this one with the tenders that I've cut. And I miscounted. There are 11 tenders here. That's okay. Doesn't change anything. Stick it in a sealer. Change the type of food. Seal it up. You do have to be careful, at least with this one, I don't know about other ones, where you line this bag up. If it's too far in, it won't suction very well. And then it will never turn off the way this one works. It'll just keep running and running and running because it hasn't sucked all of the air out. in the freezer, I try to flatten the packages out some. It lays in the freezer easier. It can be stacked up. This is the tenders. I'm gonna label this. And there were 11 of them, so I put how many. And then it is not October anymore. I put the month and the year. Just putting 11.25 on them. I can tell that these are chicken. And I know that this one has 2, so I will put that it has 2 chicken breasts on it so that I know the size of the package. This one's done. 2. I try to always label what things are, because especially the number of things in a package, because if you think you'll remember, you won't when it's all in the freezer and it's all looking the same. Since the chicken's all done, I'm gonna unplug this so it can cool off. I'm gonna get the cutting board and the knife washed up so we can do this pork tenderloin. All right, I've got this stuff all washed up. I'm just gonna dry it off here. So we can move on to this pork loin. So I did this with a grocery order. I did not pick the size. I typically try and buy the biggest one that they have if I'm in the store. When I'm not in the store, I'm not worried about it. This one is 7 pounds. And right now this was $2.48 a pound. So $17.38 total for this. And we will get a few meals out of this. With the chicken, let's see, we have 1, 2, oh, that got messed up. 3, 4, 5 meals of chicken for, I think it worked out to be about $24 or $25 worth of chicken. That's quite a lot for us. So it always makes it worth it for me to buy a little bit extra or in bulk to save money. Sometimes these have a lot of liquid in them, so I have this paper towel. It tends to run all over the place.
Hello. Oh, Mom, can I have a banana?
Not right now. It's almost lunchtime.
Okay.
You can see it's already starting to make a mess here. I've got more paper towel ready because I have had this, not paying attention, I have had this run all over the counter, all over me, all over the floor. Get it out on the cutting board. You can see how big it is. This is a very large cutting board. Just gonna wash my hands real fast. Okay. I'm gonna flip it over and check. Ooh, that really hurt. I just pinched myself when that slipped. I'm gonna flip this over so I can look at the fat on the other side. I like busted my nail. So this has a very thick layer of fat on it, and I trim that off, but I keep it. I put it in a vacuum seal bag and I throw it in the freezer because you can make your own lard out of it by rendering it and cooking it down. So I don't take all of it off of here, but I take a good bit off. And then when I cut it into the pork chops, if it looks like there's still too much, I just trim it off as I am cutting up the pork chops. I try not to take too much off, otherwise the meat will be dry. But you can see I've cut through, thinned it out quite a bit here. Just gonna take some of this off this end because it's hanging there anyway. Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to make this end my pork chop end, and this end will be my roast end just because of the shape. I'll get nicer pork chops from down here, in my opinion. I'm not a butcher. So I'm going to make this much a roast. And you can see about how much fat's left down here. All right, and now to cut it into pork chops, I don't measure perfectly. I just try and eyeball them. We like them a little thicker. We have the roast for a meal. This is the fat I'm going to save. Have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I'm gonna break this up in a packages of 6 and 7. Because that's the most even way to do it for our family. 1,
Mom, you just said 6,
3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I clearly am having a hard time counting today. And yes, I said 6, 7. I said the thing. Okay. I'm gonna wash my hands. I need to get this rinsed because it was in my way. I touched it. And I'll be right back. All right, I can't believe I said the thing. I said 6, 7. It triggered the boy that was standing here. Oh, okay. Anyway, I'm gonna make up my vacuum seal bags. We have 3 meals out of this one pork tenderloin that was, what was it, almost $18? That's pretty good. So we're gonna get our vacuum seal bags made up and we'll get it all in the freezer. I did package up the fat that I had trimmed off of the pork loin. This will also go in the freezer. We have used this when we have had venison that needs some fat added to it. We run it through our grinder, and I have a grinder attachment for my KitchenAid, and we run the fat through there to add the fat to the venison. So as you can see, I have 5 meals worth of chicken here that we cut up and packaged up, and I have 3 meals from the pork loin that I bought. So for about $18, we got 3 meals. For about $24, we got 5 meals. I always check the prices of meat before I purchase them. We have a Sam's membership, so I try to use that as much as I can because we do pay for the membership. But I always check the price per pound before I buy meat there versus buying it at Walmart. I haven't been having very good luck with my chicken coming from Sam's. It is typically no good either when I get it or when I pull it out of the freezer. Even though I package it up right away and throw it in the freezer, it's not good anymore, and I've been throwing a lot of meat away, which I don't like. So this time I bought from Walmart, and I'm pretty happy with it this time. Having a vacuum sealer is not completely necessary. I have done this for years using Ziploc bags. We have a deep freezer, and then we have our kitchen freezers. We have our refrigerator freezers. We have 2 refrigerators inside. One is here in our kitchen, and the other one is right there, that black thing in our utility room. So we have plenty of freezer space. The Ziploc bags hold up just as well. Just make sure you're buying the freezer bags. You don't have to spend money on something like this. If you can't afford it, don't use it. This is just what I have because I found it on a good deal. There have been plenty of times for many years we could not afford a vacuum sealer. So please use what you have. Don't feel like you have to have fancy things all the time. This is just one of many things that I have done over the years that have saved our family money. As a large family, we are a family of 11 with 8 of us at home full time. 2 of our children are adults and do not live here anymore. But as a large family, I have had to learn how to cut costs over the years. We've had times where we did not have an income, and we had to be very, very careful about what money we had left. There have been times where my husband's job has kind of been uncertain. He drove truck for a while. A lot of those things were up in the air for a long time. I've gotten very good at being very careful of how I grocery shop and how I feed my family. We don't have large extravagant meals very often, and if we do, it's because I found a way to save on what was needed. If you enjoy watching how we do life here as a large family, please hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. And I hope you join my YouTube family here as I show you how we do life as a large family. I'm a stay-at-home mom. My husband works full-time, and we are a very busy family, and I have been really enjoying sharing our life. Thank you so much for watching At Home with Lauren. See you next time.